Are you good? Because it sounds like you're
Am
not
I
ready.
good? Am I good?
Are you good? Are you?
How the fuck am I gonna be good when I wake up? You know what I did yesterday?
Okay, what happened yet?
You know what I did yesterday?
What'd you do yesterday?
I went to go play golf. Just kidding. I went on the yacht and I'm getting my dick sucked. Oh yeah, it was great. And I asked myself, you know what? Oh man, I fucking love this shit. You know, bathe in the fucking sunlight, you know, get my tan on, have a drink, and just relax, you know?
Okay.
And then, you know, then you know what happens? I'm like, man, do I really want to deal with all this bullshit? I could enjoy this. And then I'm like, I could just enjoy this every fucking day, you know, just sit back and whatnot.
Yachts, blowjobs.
But then I'm like, you know what? You know what? It's going to be fine. We had a good conversation Tuesday evening. We had a plan. Don with the 5 gifted subs.
You're not.
And then I get home and I wake up this morning and I find out that apparently there's a war in the South Side and there's like 20 plus cops going down there and it's being led by Bones. And the worst of it is it's
being led.
Is that Bones goes down to Grove Street and finds a stolen vehicle and they start pitting the fuck out of the shit. And in his words, it's a fucking show of force.
Okay. Well, I guess perception is everything, considering I'm the one that put that together. But I don't, Nino, do you understand that I'm the one that put that together? And unfortunately, I was patrolling in the South Side and got shot, and Bones capitalized on that.
What
I literally called everyone. So I literally called all of command yesterday before,
Chat 30 seconds
before
on
we were
the
going to
train.
do this, right?
Finish
We get
it up.
reports of, I'm like, fuck, people are kind of like threatening, like, stay out of the South Side, stay out of the South Side. And I'm like, look, we need to go down to the South Side. There needs to be a show of force. This whole thing is bullshit. I don't want this shit fucking, I need, if we're going to.
Let's go, chat. Finish
if
it
we're
off.
working together, we got to do this whole thing, right?
Oh!
So then he's like,
hey, what do you mean you started it? And then Bones capitalized. What do you mean?
Bones didn't even capitalize on it. Bones
you
literally
said capitalize. You said that. Did you
I went
misspeak?
back down there and we fucking arrested every single one of the Saints.
Good. Fuck the Saints.
Yeah, that one was crazy yesterday, to be honest.
But what about the others?
What others? The other one where we... I mean, Bones, I was literally shot in the head. Okay,
break it down for me. What happened?
Okay, so anyway, so yesterday there's this whole narrative: stay out of the South Side, stay out of the South Side, stay out of the South Side. I'm like, what the fuck? So I was like, all right, well, I call Bones. If I can say, hey, we need to have a show of force. Like, we can't, like, this stuff. I don't play this fucking pussy bullshit stuff that the last kind of like command structure used to entertain. Like, and he's like, yeah, I agree. I was like, okay, cool. So then I call Kean McNulty, even though he's not command, he has a commanding presence on scenes. I tell him, he's like, I agree. I end up, fuck, I can't remember. I talked to somebody else and I'm just like, this is what we're gonna do. They're like, cool. So I start going, and then I end up calling the marshals, and I'm like, you know what? Like, this is fucking crazy. They are literally disrupting they are disrupting how businesses are run. And she's like, well, I don't think it's a state of emergency. I was like, okay, then I need you to roll with me and see. Actually, she said, I'll roll with you to see what's going on. I get rolled up on by 4 tuner cars, and I say, or they just say, leave the south side. And I say, why? And they say, it's dangerous. I'm like, okay, well, I'm a cop. And they're like, yeah, we know. I'm like, well, why do I need to leave? And they're like, you need to leave now. So I say, I hit them with the classic.
Who is this?
I don't even know their names.
What did they look like?
I don't even know. They were fucking Southside goggles with black bandanas. Does that help?
They had goggles?
No, I don't know. I'm just describing every dick rider that looks like Ming because that's what they all look like.
Please tell me you had a better description. You know, you have no idea who shot you.
Manor and Saints.
Manor didn't get involved till way later.
No, that's bullshit. Manor got involved immediately.
Who shot you? What were their colors?
White?
White?
Literally, members from the Manor got arrested immediately.
When you got shot?
Yeah, so, no. Actually, before all this shit, they roll up on me. I'm like, yo, I need...
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. I need the, like, the
Manor,
order of events.
The first recorded shooting we had was Den being shot by Manor at VDM.
Okay.
I said, that's when I then call everyone, and I'm like, yo, this shit don't play. I call Bones, I call fucking McNulty, I literally call everyone, and I'm like, we're doing this whole thing. They're like, cool. I go down. Okay. I go down to the south side. I'm with the marshal because I'm advocating for tanks at this point. But yeah, so I end up getting shot, and then while I'm being transported, Bones calls for a meeting. Everybody meets up inside of MRPD. Bones is like, we're going down there in full force. And it's like, okay.
Why is Bones making that decision?
Well, here's the thing.
No, why? Answer the question.
Because if you want the honest to God truth.
Yes, I'm not asking you to lie. I want a straight answer. Why is Bones calling a meeting about your county?
Because I was shot at the time. I think I was the only command person there to be 100% honest.
They're not going to be like, what happened first?
I think the marshals just told him, like, look, fucking Peters is shot in the south side. I mean, I got shot down for patrolling. Bones was just like, okay.
I want you to, so you don't actually know.
Why they shot me?
Peters, why Bones called the meeting?
Okay, what are you insinuating? Okay, where are you going with this?
I'm asking a question.
Oh, Bones called it because I got shot.
That's it?
And they're saying, stay out of the south side. They couldn't give me a reason on why I got shot. And then I was just like, the marshals were like, Peters hit him with the reverse for what? Because I did that. I was like, oh my God, this is my chance. I get to say for what now?
Did Bones know what happened to you prior to that meeting? Do you remember how we got here? Let's start there.
I'm okay. Listen, I am confused as fuck right now. Where you're going down with this?
Yes, I'm trying to. Okay. I feel like that. Here is what I think. All right, is that I'm waking up. Why was here's where I'm at. All right, is I see two sides that literally want to kill each other. If you want me to be honest. both the police department and the gangs. And I think you just want that.
I want to kill the gangs?
Not you, the police department as a whole, and these Southsiders. Whether it's Saints, okay, because they're just an entire level of brain damage, starting with shooting you. But this also extends to the fact that I have heard nothing happen about a single one of these fucking cops who are baiting their own death on Twitter. And all I keep hearing is, we're going to fix this, we're going to fix this, we're going to fix this. And then when nothing happens, and then you all get shot, you know, it's like, oh man, this happened. It's really putting me in a position where I'm just like, you know what, maybe you guys should just kill each other. What has happened to Ventura? Because y'all were going to do something on Tuesday. Did anything happen to him? Exactly. Why was Carmine immediately suspended yesterday?
I don't know.
Exactly. Declan Crane suspended him. You know how I know? Because SK witnessed it all.
I still have to talk to Carmine. That was literally happening as I went off duty.
What happened to Cornwood?
Cornwood was never suspended.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say here, Peters? You're too much of you seem like a really fucking good guy looking for an out for a bunch of fucking children that have way too much power in their hands. Because all of this started with PD baiting fucking criminals. And when the criminals start reacting, the consequences of that are still on where it all began. Whatever, look, should you have gotten shot by Saint? No. Should you have been shot again by him down the south side? No, but that does not justify how we arrived at this point.
Okay, hold on, because I don't think you know everything that's going on right now.
So continue.
Do you know about Daisy putting forth the whole thing to make every command member inside of the BCSO like legitimate, like official sub authority command? So anyone that is command or high command gets dropped down to a senior deputy.
Give me a second. This fucking moron keeps. Hello.
Hey, Mr. Nino, where you at right now?
Listen, I'm not dealing with your dumbass. Like, go ahead.
Okay. Do you know about that?
Yes.
Okay, so you know that's coming forth.
Yeah.
The reality is, here's the thing with BCSO at this point. There's absolutely nothing, like, what am I supposed to do? I can't tell them to leave the county. I literally, they are by, like, per the legislation, they are authorized by the state just as a sub-authority to patrol the state of San Andreas.
Peters, let me look.
There's so much fucking.
You can't do anything, is what you just said.
Well, not
you
until
can't ban them. I get it.
Right.
And I am familiar with the Daisy conversation because I spoke to her Tuesday evening. But that doesn't change what is happening in the last 24 hours. I'm not standing here and saying that the gangs are justified for what they did. But there's accountability that's required on two ends of the spectrum. Because on one hand, you have disillusioned fucks like Saints, all right, that probably don't know the meaning of what dialogue is. And are just looking for any reason to shoot. Okay? And the reason I say this is because off of literally nothing, they shot you, called Ventura, who called Nakota, who called the marshals, and their main concern was, why are you stopping drug calls in the South Side? Right? But on the other end of the spectrum here, Peters, is that those bait tweets are still occurring, and those that have been doing it for now a week now have not even been suspended. And when the leader of TRT is telling me that it's just jokes by Ventura, and no one is considering how did we arrive here? What part did the police department play to arrive to where we are today? There's a problem. Is that these events are not limited to just what happened in the last 24 hours. It's what's happened over the course of the last week. It requires both parties to recognize what is occurring in order for there to be a resolution.
Okay, so the TRT shit, I already talked to Den about that. Yesterday, Den was immediate. As soon as I got up, following our meeting and then the meeting with Daisy, I literally told them, I don't want to see you lose TRT. This shit can't continue down this path. I was like, the whole fucking, like, listen, we're not gangbangers, we're police. Like, I understand, and I keep saying it. Yes, people argue this whole thing of freedom of speech, but freedom of speech doesn't cover you in a fucking job when you're misconducting yourself on the field. That whole thing with Den, like, that's on Den. I mean, I don't know what, like, when did something happen yesterday or today that I don't know about?
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
What happened down at Grove Street? Because what I'm hearing is that there was a quote-unquote show of force, which ultimately resulted in 20 cops playing bumper cars with a stolen car.
That is not the context. You are missing a lot of context
tell me.
for that. Okay, so the context for that is we start going down to the south side. And it's as simple as, like, I'm going to Mosley's, right? I get circled by 6 cars. They tell me to get the fuck out of the south side. And again, I'm like, why? Can you guys tell me why? Not a fucking thing.
Ooh.
Saints and Manor. Then
he
cops
doesn't
come down and they kind of.
It was only SK in a car. So what happened?
It was only SK. It was.
You may not know about this.
It doesn't. Regardless, it doesn't matter who it is. If people are rolling on us, and then it's like, okay,
haters, you cannot treat everyone down in the south side the same. That's why I'm asking you particulars.
This is not the issue, right? Okay, so here's the thing, right? Saints and Manor roll up on us, and they're like doing this whole thing. Den then gets shot during this whole thing when I call for backup. They literally shoot him at Mosley's. A Manor member shoots Den before anything happens, right? Next thing that happens, Lucas Miller shot in the south side. Fucking Peppers or somebody else shot in the south side. I go down there, I'm patrolling. They can't tell me what the fuck. They're just like, get out of the south side, get out of the side. I'm like, what is going on? I then get shot in the south side.
Oh my God.
So at this point, we take the entire police force down there as a show of force when they're literally targeting cops. We find a stolen car and it's like, fuck it, collapse on that car. Like, the other people were with them, they're breaking the law. If they want a show of force, we're gonna give them a fucking show of force. It wasn't like we were just like, oh, you know what? We're gonna go hard on these criminals just because there was 4
I feel like
cops.
I'm talking past you right now. So, let's start from the beginning.
Okay. Start from the beginning.
Yeah. Are you familiar with what happened to SK on Grove Street?
About Ventura going down there and talking shit to him and Vic Hanna and all that shit?
Yesterday evening. Yes or no?
No, I have no idea what happened yesterday evening.
Thank you. So, he was in a stolen vehicle. Okay. And he had multiple cops roll up on him and started fucking throwing him into a wall at 100+ for being into a stolen vehicle.
That is false.
Okay, well, I'm going to know very soon if it's true or not. Were you there? You said you don't know.
Okay, so
were you there? Yes or no?
Yes,
okay,
I was
so
there.
then what happened?
The stolen
That's why I'm getting
vehicle,
your side of this.
The stolen vehicle was the same vehicle seen on the scene of previous cop shootings that happened within the last half an hour. This is like over half an hour. They just shot down 4 cops.
Okay. Okay. All right. You're certain about this?
Yeah, I'm certain. It wasn't like we're just like, hey, fuck it. We're going to throw SK into a wall for the sake of throwing SK into the wall. I don't even know if anyone knew it was SK that was driving the vehicle.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Here's where I'm at with everything, right? There's one or two options, right? Everyone kills each other dead. More gangs get involved. And we end this with July 3rd levels of aggression on both ends. And this is diametrically opposed to how anything should be happening. Now, my problem with all this, Peters, right now is I don't understand how, how we're going to come to a resolution when, from where I'm sitting, it really does seem like all of this started with the baiting. And on the other side of the spectrum, you got a bunch of fucking drugged out fucking mules that are talking for a lot of Southside gangs, And,
okay. Respectfully, Nino, but that's kind of... I understand where the SK thing started, but for the Saints can't even form a coherent sentence.
Neither can Blaine County.
Right, but regardless.
So how do I deal with BCSO running your county and the South Side being run by a bunch of fucking
BCSO
bozos?
was not running our county.
Well, like, you want me to articulate how that's not the case?
Well, I mean, listen, I understand where you're
so
going to go.
I'm going to explain it, because it sounds like you don't understand what I mean by that. Is that they are baiting Cyprus. They baited, the Mana for quite a few days now. They've shot up your cops, and when you went to go talk to them, they crashed out. And then when you suggested some changes, they got really upset. All right. And now we're here. I'm not going to look at all of this. I cannot ignore the last thing that happened in this entire timeline. Right? I still fall back on the simple thing here, Peters, is that I have fucking tweets documented by these guys literally posting about their death on Twitter for a week, and nothing has happened. Like, where is his suspension? Right? If there was right, but then Carmine Ventura. Where is he? The guy's still actively coming down to the south. He just tweeted earlier today.
Right. I understand, but I feel like you're taking the frustrations of the BCSO out on me.
No,
it's like,
no one's taking the yeah, because you're the fucking ass chief. I'm not gonna go get an entire meeting with everybody. I'm looking for fucking answers, and I'm hearing that Carmine got suspended by Blaine County yesterday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how am I supposed to be like, oh yeah, you guys got it all in lock, when you got these guys literally like insta fucking suspending your people, and then they need an entire fucking 30-day investigation on their guys?
I mean, if this is the case, then I need documents of the fucking Ventura shit. It's like I could take it to their command. The reality is, okay, so
let's get the latest one then. Go on Twitter, search his name. What about the one where Daisy was witness during the funeral?
Who the fuck is state account? They can go fuck off. I hate dealing with their car. Which one?
Go further back.
Okay, I see stay out of MRPD.
Okay. What about the Quangle ones that was sent your way?
The Quangle ones, I literally talked to Bones, and they said if he
Okay.
did anything else, he was being sent off duty.
All right. Do you guys have 0 documents of Ventura?
I don't have any of the Ventura shit.
Okay. All right. Nobody in the PD does.
I don't know. I don't even know if I was on duty during any of the thing is I don't know if I've been on duty with the Ventura shit while he's tweeted this shit out.
Okay.
Wasn't talking to anyone. Chill out.
You know, I talked to Saint, and he mentioned that Ventura told him directly about the your calls.
Yeah, I know about that. I talked to the marshals about that.
So the marshals know that Ventura is telling the same gang that is shooting up the south side that about your decisions over the radio.
Say that again.
Saint told me that Ventura and him had a lengthy conversation. That Ventura mentioned to him about the drug calls. And that you had stated that you wanted them not going to drug calls for the time being.
Okay, so Ventura's the one doing that shit. I wonder what's going on with this.
You know this, right? I feel like I'm
well,
like
I didn't know if it was.
Bro. Have you?
I don't know.
Have you forgotten? Like you know, this isn't the first time we've discussed this.
Yeah, no. I know, but Nakota and Ventura were involved in the whole thing.
Yeah. Do you need some time to drink some coffee?
No, I'm just thinking about the whole thing. I'm trying to come up with a resolution. It's like what? Like at this point, what do? I get called a subhuman piece of trash that gets told to resign because I fucking am ruining the PD anytime I try to bring something up about some motherfucker in the BCSO.
Okay. Who cares?
So then I suspend Ventura. Ventura then just fucking comes on duty from Cassidy's authority.
I hope you're understanding where my problem with all this is, right? I know you guys are taking actions, all right? But as of right now, there is a investigation on BCSO. I'm going to let you know. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but it's being worked on. And the fact of the matter is, where I'm concerned about this conversation is that there isn't any, I am not seeing any accountability, and this is not on you, Peters, or any sort of plan of action on the PD side of things as to how this shit that PD played a part in causing, what the resolution for it will be. I cannot sit here and just see the world as like cops versus criminals. Because the moment we get into that, we might as well just start fucking, throw the whole fucking bag away.
Right. I mean, okay, so here's the issue. I understand your concerns, and it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? But at this point, it's like, even if I suspend somebody, or I literally don't have any control over the BCSO. So it's like, you know, especially with Cassidy,
There it
who
is.
literally fucking hates me. If I do anything to any officer that has misconduct in the field, he's just gonna bring him back on to spite
How
me.
did Crane suspend Carmine for something SK told me wasn't even a big deal?
Again,
So I'll tell you what. I'll tell you exactly what SK told me. SK told me that because I called him, right, and I told him that this fucking Saint guy is literally gonna get all of you fucking killed, and that at the end of the day, the only thing that this Hell Week shit is gonna do is rack up fines and get you more fucked in the ass. All right. I already got done lecturing him. Now it's the PD's turn. And here, when I brought up some of these things, he told me that Carmine and him were like doing some shit. Carmine reacted, and he was, it was him, Carmine, Bones, and Crane, and that Crane was on some like, we're gonna suspend him already energy. SK told them that it wasn't a big deal, they're just fucking around. He told Bones this directly, and next thing you know, Carmine is suspended. So my problem when I hear that this morning is how did he get suspended for something that, like, you know, SK doesn't have an issue with? It was some bullshit, right? But you guys can't suspend senior deputies for baiting your cops to war. That's what I can't comprehend.
Okay. So then you're in my shoes. What do you do?
If I was in your shoes, y'all should have never opened up suspensions for being nice. You guys are in the hot seat just as I am, right? You can't be Mr. Nice Guy. You can't, because being nice in a position of power only results in abuse. People will always abuse your, you know, you know, when you try to do the right thing, it's going to get abused. I would say that probably a month ago, these decisions that are happening now should have already happened. If people wanted to leave the LSPD, they can do so with the unemployment line. Secondly, this jurisdiction thing should have been held out immediately. And if officers that are not responsible for this county are fucking baiting people, they should immediately be sent off duty for 24 hours. Because I want to make this very clear, is that if you are doing this, it should never be a warning. It should never be a warning. It should be an instant get off duty, because you are literally getting cops killed. That's not a tee hee ha ha. That is literally a kill us.
Okay, so I send him off. I send somebody off duty from. So this is
Grizz,
this
thank
is
you the
my
35
line of
months.
thinking, right?
Mm.
I send with the state of things as they currently are. Somebody then comes off duty, or somebody then gets unsuspended by Cassidy.
Like immediately?
Yep. This is.
So then
this
you
is
prevent them from suspending your guys.
And
then you file a fucking marshal report for them for dereliction of duty. I want to be like very like underlinedly clear here. People are not valuing their fucking life on Twitter. I don't know like, how this is like incomprehensible, right? This isn't some LOL tee bullshit. Like,
I understand that, but okay, so here again, so like doing all of that, I go to the marshals and I file for dereliction of duty. I don't even think the marshals care about the BCSO, right? So then what happens is they're just like, oh, Peters is being Peters, no misconduct was found. It then devalues any rank I have or any say I have out in the field. It's like,
as long as you're doing what you think is best, well, then at least there is a paper trail, right? And if there is confusion over some of these matters, there are people in place in them. Even all the marshals aren't fucked up. There's literally a marshal that look, I'm not trying to go into detail, that is looking into these matters, right? It's not like they're one homogenous, you know, group. You can't be afraid of making these decisions, the what ifs. You know what I mean?
It's not, but the thing is, it's not the fact that I'm afraid to. It's like shit has to change first. Is I guess my outlook. So Moss puts forward this stuff, and I'm just like, fuck. Like this is. I mean, the stuff ultimately, like I think Moss is coming forward, and she's putting forward that fucking document that makes that literally fucking outlines kind of like the legislation as it's written, which. Ultimately, up until that point, it's like until that's into play, I feel like I'm at a standstill.
You're worried about hypotheticals. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Why are you worried about hypotheticals? Hypothetically, you do something, and then hypothetically, they do this, and then hypothetically, the marshals don't look in it, and then hypothetically, you need a new solution.
Right. Well, I have to think in hypotheticals. I can't be reactionary. I have to think about possible outcomes in every situation. Like even this one, it's kind of like
those are called excuses.
I don't. Okay, now you're kind of blurring the lines here.
I might be a little bit.
You don't see where I'm coming from with this.
Peters, like, it's been a week. These crews have literally called Ventura by name and said that he's been baiting them. You've been referenced this, and that, like, it's a fear of, like, didn't we, like, on, what was it, Monday evening, we got to the point where it was stated that, like, something was going to happen to Ventura. What came out of that? Look, I don't even, like, I'm only using him as an example. Like, okay, do you remember when y'all got rid of Bell? Shit got locked in, right? Right or wrong?
100%.
By waiting and by waiting on Ventura, it is maintaining the door being open for every other cop to continue doing exactly what the rest are doing. And
say that again?
By Ventura being left untouched for things that have objectively resulted with this uprising in the South Side, it simply allows other officers to copy his behavior.
I agree. The Ventura thing happened less than 48 hours ago.
Ventura thing has been happening since last Friday at minimum.
Right. But I mean, the situation where I was made aware to then put it into a document where then like the whole Cassidy thing that we've been dealing with.
Agreed. So tell him,
I had no, the honest to God truth is, yes, actually it's been happening since before last Friday. Ventura on Twitter with the funeral. I mean, Ventura obviously has a twatter problem. I 100% understand that. Right. I wasn't made aware of it until 2 days ago.
Monday at minimum.
So Was it Monday or Tuesday? I don't even know.
Monday.
I don't even know what day it is.
I think. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I think that you've got so much on your plate that even just talking to you right now, you're like mixing up things, and this isn't on you. It's that you don't have a support
two
structure.
days ago. It wasn't even 2 days ago.
When was the funeral?
Well, the funeral was Saturday. I didn't even.
That's when I originally brought it up.
It wasn't brought up to me. It was.
Yeah,
never
I brought it up to Moss.
You brought it up to Moss, but
Yeah.
then Moss filled me in, and I started working on it. Okay, so she told me the night before, so it was brought up to me on the 9th. I made the report on the 10th at noon.
Yeah. These need to be instant suspensions, from what I can tell. I mean, like I said, let me roll it back. Fucking Carmine does some shit. He's instantly suspended. This guy has a documented fucking case of causing uproars down in this county, and we need like you need fucking reports and this and that, and then we have to go up to Blaine County and have like a two-hour I hate you Peters fuck LSPD bullshit. This is all I'm seeing is we're wasting a lot of time talking, right? And it's not just me. I think you're falling into the same trap of like looking for a better solution when the solution is just fucking slap the dick down.
Yeah, I mean, I do see what you're saying. 100%. Fuck, hold on. My issue goes into, and again, I don't know. I was, so for the whole Carmine thing, and I know you keep referencing that, I was literally on my way out the door. I actually, like, I don't have any problems with Cranes. I feel like Crane is pretty level-headed. He's a good friend of mine. I know obviously you and him necessarily don't get along, or
I don't even not get along. Wait, what?
I don't know. I don't know. This is from.
I barely know the guy. His name could be fucking Jerkoff McCree.
Actually, a good name. I'm gonna name my next dog that.
Brother, another command member instantly suspended your guy when the assistant chief, can't suspend somebody for literally causing fucking like shootouts in the South Side. Bro. What is happening?